Chosen Vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. Let's get right into it. Prevent evil entities from hacking your dreams and causing you to make unnecessary agreements which seal your fate. Let's get right into it. When you go to dream, when you go to sleep at night, and when you go into the dreamland, you're going to have to make sure that before you go to sleep, you pray over yourself and you pray over your dream. You pray over you going to sleep. You pray over like your sleeping routine, your sleeping pattern. Because when you are going to sleep and you enter into the dreamland, you're going into a different realm, you're going into a different reality. And there are certain things that could possibly happen when you do go to sleep that you definitely need protection from, and you want protection from, and you want to be able to avoid. You don't want certain things to take place and create future realities for you and future events that you wouldn't necessarily want to happen. All right. When you go to sleep, there are spirit hoppers, there are jinn, there are certain entities that can try to creep into your mind and creep into your dream and creep into your reality. If you saw the movie Inception, they were able to go into people's dreams and hack the person's dream while they were asleep and cause the person to reveal certain things, tell certain things, and that would have a drastic change on the events in the person's life in the future. All right, I still have to go back and watch that movie because it's a lot to it, but that's what I've been able to take from it so far. When you and the reason why I mentioned that is just for that fact alone. That's why I have to go back and rewatch that, because there's a lot of Easter eggs in that movie, and there are just a lot of that movie has a lot going on. That's a movie that you may not have to watch it that many times, but me personally, I feel that I'm probably going to have to go back and watch that movie over a couple times. Um, but when you go to sleep, there are entities that can hack your dream, and they could cause you to have agreements. They could cause you to accept certain things. They could cause you to believe certain things. All right. You could possibly go to sleep and have a good dream, which is good. You see things happening to you. You see things happening for you that you would actually want in your real life. And that's why, if you've seen some of my other videos, I've talked about programming your mind before you go to sleep. All right, your thoughts and how you feel and things that are happening for your future reality are more potent for you and the strongest for you when you go to sleep at night. That's why they had to, in that movie, they had to go into people's minds and hack their dream when they were asleep, because that would program them for future events through their subconscious mind. And when you press things against your subconscious mind, that's the reality that you get. Those are the things that are going to take place in future events. This is how people create their reality. This is how people have things happen to them that they would like to see in their future, and things happen to them in life, and even down to you with unpleasantries and things that you don't want to happen, and things that are the total opposite of success or good things. When if you have a bad day and you don't fix it or think about something different before you go to sleep, you're perpetuating it with your mind while you're asleep, because your subconscious mind is more active when you're asleep than when you're awake. And that's why the Bible tells you, do not let the sun go down on your wrath. You're not supposed to let yourself go to sleep angry, because you're pre-planning and your future events for you to be angry, and you're also perpetuating anger into present realities. All right, and I know that's something that you don't want to happen. But as far as evil entities like hacking your dream, when you have people pop up in your dream that you wouldn't necessarily want to, and it's someone that you don't see, it's someone that you don't talk to, it causes you to like have bad vibes, or it causes you to like go down a path that you possibly may have not dealt with for a long time because you've gotten over it. All right, these entities could be pulling at trying to pull you back down that road. They could be trying to bring some negativity into your present reality. All right, everything is going well, everything is going good, and now they're trying to get you to focus back on this one thing. All right, may have been something that you got over, may have been someone that you got over, may have been something that you're no longer doing or dealing with, maybe someone that you're no longer dealing with or talking to or doing business with or just being around or anything like that. All right, they could possibly try to provoke you with guilt or fear and make you wake up thinking that maybe you need to contact this person, or maybe have you thinking that you need to start feeling like you're the mistake, or like you've done something wrong, or like there's something that you might have not done right. Like these entities will try to like mess you up and try to have you thinking you're not doing what's right when you are. Like when you're awake and you know what you have to do as far as what with your life and how you handle your life and how you handle things and how you plan your life, and you know you're doing what's right for you, what's best for you, you're doing like good things. They will try to catch you off guard while you're asleep and try to hack you while you're asleep because they can't get to you while you're awake. All right. Some of these entities do try to get to you while you're awake, but it's through other people. And if they're unable to get to you while you're awake, they'll try to get to you while you're asleep in your dream and hack your mind and hack your dream. And this is how people end up going to sleep, and they end up feeling like something is wrong or something is bad or something like terrible happened when they wake up, because these entities, they want to try to ruin future events. They want to try to make you feel like you're not doing what's right in your life. They want to make you feel paranoid or ashamed or guilty or lost, or like you're going down the wrong path, or like you still may be doing certain things that you used to that you're not doing anymore. Their whole objective is to cause some type of corruption or some type of foul play in your life, but they have to try to do it while you're asleep. And it's certain, like that, like the Bible calls it like fractals or something like that, or it's either fractals or fractions, and there are bits and pieces of you that could possibly be stuck in other realities that they can try to access you through while you're asleep, because there are different realities and there are alternate universes that we're all in. And when you go to sleep, there are little bits and pieces of you possibly still in these different um, alternate universes in these realities, and they'll try to access you through them, they'll try to get to you through them, and they'll try to reach you through any access point. So you have to pray over yourself before you go to sleep and ask God to like guide you in the spirit realm and protect you in the spirit realm, and make sure that angels are watching over you while you sleep and in your dreams and things like that. Make sure you're protected, because if you don't, that's what these entities will try and do. They'll try and come at you while you're asleep. They'll try and get you to believe the things that they say. Like they'll make you have a dream to where you wake up and you believe it's real. All right, we've all had dreams where we went to sleep and we thought what happened was real, and then you wake up and you still have like the panic, you still have like the fear. You may call it a nightmare, but all of them aren't nightmares. It's not always somebody chasing you and you're trying to get away from them because they're trying to appear. It appears they're trying to take your life. It's also sometimes things, and it's also sometimes that they're trying to convince you of a certain idea about yourself or your life. All right, that's not true. All right, they may try to make you think that you're broke. They may try to make you think that your life's not going to work out. They may try and make you think that you're wasting your time with something that you're passionate about or something that you're good at. All right, and these may be things that are coming at you through other people. All right, these may be things that are trying to like these may be feelings that are projecting out of other people, and you feel them when you think about them, when you're around them. And because it may be like an unresolved issue or something, they may try to access you through that. All right, when you go to sleep, because it's something that you may not have taken care of or you may not know how to take care of. All right, that's why it's also good to pray in general, but you definitely want to pray over yourself before you go to sleep, these entities will use anything that they can try to access you, try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong, try to make you realize like how many errors you have or how many mistakes you make. All right. They want you to feel the worst about yourself. And that's why sometimes when you have these certain dreams and you wake up and you feel like that it's like so real that like you feel like these things are actually happening to you, or it has happened, or it's going to happen. And that's another thing that they'll do. They'll try to like pre-program you for like a future event. All right. And they'll try to make you think that something is going to happen the way they want you to think is going to happen. And that's why you have to cancel that. So like if you have a bad dream and in the form of like a event that you don't want to take place, you can wake up and you can cancel it, and you can pray and ask God to like remove that and to not let that take place in your life. That's the best thing you could do in those kinds of situations, because if not, you could like they're trying to use you to make it happen. They're trying to use you to create it. So you have to cancel it, because if you don't, if you believe that it's going to happen, if you fear that it's going to happen, it could potentially take place through what happened to Job in his lifetime with the book of Job. That's why that Bible verse, it says, "What I have feared has come upon me." What you fear, you attract. That's why fear is a weak vibration. It lowers your vibration, but it's also an attractor. Our fear will attract things to happen to you. And when people sometimes have a fear of something happening, but that fear, it becomes so strong, it will actually allow that thing to happen, because they actually attract it to them, because like fear is like a magnet. So that's why you have to rebuke certain dreams when you wake up. All right, certain things that take place while you're asleep that you don't want to happen. All right, somebody may do something that you didn't want to happen, and maybe something in life that you didn't want to happen, but it's these entities trying to confuse you and trying to convince you that this is actually going to take place and happen in your life. And you have to make sure that you cancel these things out so those things actually don't happen and that they don't take place. Because if you don't, then I mean, it may not happen right away, but if you don't take care of it and if there's nothing that you do about it, you're going to continue to think about it, and you're going to continue to be afraid of it and have fear towards it. And then as your fear grows and as you get more convinced that it is something that could possibly happen, you could potentially draw it to yourself, and it could potentially take place in your life, and that's just something that you don't want to happen. So that's why like going to sleep, it's a lot deeper than you think. Like dreams and things like that, it's a lot deeper than you think. They have like plenty of movies on this stuff, and in the movie Inception, they like were hacking people and hacking people's dreams, and they were like gone before they woke up. So it's like that they would leave the person sitting there, questioning themselves whether it actually happened or not, and the people would check their wrist to see if they were hacked. So it's like you know what I mean, and it's like it's not actual people hacking your dreams. In some cases, like I know there are certain things that take place like that, and with people who have the technology for like I guess like in the CIA and things like that, I'm sure they have some type of technology that where they could actually hack a person's dream, and possibly through like brain waves or something like that, because they study the mind a lot. So they have certain technologies that people are kind of aware of but aren't really aware of at the same time if they're not like in that particular field, because they don't really know what exactly they have. But they make movies on these kinds of things to let people know, or it's people who have an idea or who have heard something or who used to work for someone and they can't say everything, but they could hint around the fact and beat around the bush that these things actually are taking place. All right, but in this particular case, when you go to sleep, all right, it's not like any CIA agents are after you, God forbid. But evil entities, if you have a purpose, or if there's something that you're doing that's good, it's something that you're doing for your life that's positive, it's something that you want to achieve in life, there are dream stoppers, dream blockers. There are things and spirits that like want to stop you from achieving certain goals, and they will try to access you while you're asleep through your dreams. So you have to continue to pray over yourself before you go to sleep, and make sure that those things that they're trying to get you to experience do not take place. All right, because we've all had dreams where you wake up and it's so real, and you think that certain things have taken place, and it's like you almost have to like calm yourself down and be like, okay, that was just a dream. It didn't happen. That's not going to happen. But you also have to cancel that out if it's something that you don't want to happen or to take place. And on the flip side, there's good things that you do want to happen, but you have to program yourself for those things before you go to sleep. And when you don't program your mind for the things that you want, you could potentially end up getting the things that you don't want. So it's always a good thing to, before you go to sleep, see certain things happening, see certain things that are taking place that you want, because if not, what you don't want will take over. So if you don't tell yourself and program yourself for what you do want, the things that you don't want, the things that you don't want to experience are going to take over, and they're going to be the most present thing in your mind. That's why it's always good to declutter your mind. That's why it's good to always empty your mind. And that's another thing. That's why it's always good to empty your mind throughout the day, because there's programs from TV, there's programs from the radio, there's programs from people that you're around that have like negative mindsets and things like that. Maybe at your job, maybe someone that you heard in line while you were at the store. All right, sometimes people just aren't the most positive. All right, sometimes you may have someone that's, not liking you, or you rub them the wrong way. They looking at your life and they see some things that make them feel some kind of way or upset. So now you have someone projecting or speaking out loud, and it's like they're saying things that they want you to hear on purpose because they want you to be affected by it. You have to cancel these things, because if you don't, they're going to be swirling around your subconscious for the rest of your day. And if you don't empty your mind before you go to sleep at night, these are the things that you could potentially turn into bad dreams, and could potentially give room for these entities, because they're the ones that are speaking through these people. All right, these entities are the ones that are speaking through these people, that are trying to get you to feel a certain way, and they're trying to contact you and get to you, because they can't really get in you. They can't really take over your spirit, all right, because they don't have the power to. But what they can do is they can try to get to you through things that they say, through things that other people say, and through your dreams. So just be careful, and always pray over yourself before you go to sleep, and make sure that God guides you when you go to sleep at night, and your dreams are protected, and you're shielded, and you're guarded. All right, this has been another DrewTube special. Shout out to the chosen vessels. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.